Today is the 17th of August, 2024, Saturday, and the hour is 2:35. I've decided to try to sort and categorize the body of original paintings that I have, works on paper. Here, I think these are part of my tendency to work with yellow and particularly black and blue. I think I can see a continuity there. That would be one body of work. I made an application to Gallery 12 for possible exhibition, and I want to get myself ready in case any gallery should say, show us more. And then I could categorize or have categorized a body of work that I would show in tandem. So here, this body of work you can see done over a period of time, all are part of by using black, blue, and yellow. Shifting a little bit in a minute here begins my tendency to try to use symbols, and these are more isolated. They don't seem to fit into any particular category, but they certainly capture my ability to try to create. I don't know if I want to can be considered representational. I'm not still good at drawing, but for instance, like here, this piece I clearly consider almost an amoeba of sorts. So, and now sliding into the seemingly anatomical pieces, but still almost focusing on something that is more abstract, but moving toward a representation. These dark shadows, I think, are a body of work that constitute a body of work in and of themselves, different from the yellow, blue, and blacks that I just started out with. And then coming into something again that's almost isolated, where I revisit the fact that I'm still a line man, so I have a tendency to start off with lines and just build on top of them. So this piece, along with one other, if I can get it separated there. One of my latest pieces seem to be utilizing my sense of lines, and yet and still painting is the end result. So that carries over into, again, these tendency to play with the cosmic sort of feeling of things, but still trying to stay abstract. I mean, I'm not a drawer. So this one here is framed for exhibition, and it's I think one of my most successful ones. Let me see if I can reach around and continue this. There, most recent. There again. And then finally looking at a color scheme that also falls into abstract, this category here. Whereas obviously I'm representing a face there, but my faces have become somewhat lost in an abstract world. And I think that continues to be something that I can consider a category of work. I mean, here's something I even call Peppermint Patty. Okay? But then again, the color scheme. Still bright, and this is, again, moving toward a brighter body of work. Certainly different from the dark black, blue, yellow that I started out with. And again, still looking at those abstracts that represent my work. Going back to the dark pieces, but looking more at figurative darks, not the abstract darks that I showed initially. I don't do dark so much. Still trying to work with blacks more. But here are those Frankensteins, those pieces that I've assembled other pieces from. And that seemed to have begun way, way, way back when I was doing this kind of work. So, and then finally, I think I get to what I'd like to consider a part of my influence since I've been here in Finland is the rusty boats. I remember visiting a boat yard and noticing the rust on the boats, but how they also seem to have bright colors involved in them. So there's something aquatic and something rusty about them. So I seem to constantly play with browns when I play with the notion of rust. Well, rust being brown. So there, that exists. Also, orange comes into play a lot with that. Red, orange, blue, but with a streak kind of pattern. And I'm very happy with those. They seem to offer a consistency. Here again, where I've collaged different papers together. So I have now a body of work together, sorted, that I think can help me to be prepared to show any gallerist who may inquire to be shown more of a certain, they probably won't ask for a certain category of work, but when I want to try to present a category of work, what things might show well together, what pieces they might carry, in carrying my work, works on paper, not necessarily the photographs, but works on paper. And I'm going back and forth between wanting to either keep my works on paper available as originals, not necessarily photographing them at all, but marketing them as originals. Here is when I find myself incorporating my fascination with rust again, but not necessarily. Maybe the boat is the influence, the rusted boat, but also maybe just trying to play with space. So that's a good bit of how I would characterize my body of works that are a part of my works on paper. So now this is important. Today I also decided to utilize my first time some hairspray on my in my books, because I had so many pieces that I had made using pastels, and I noticed that it comes off on my fingers as I handle them. So I read that one could secure their pastel, being a chalky substance, by using hairspray. So today is the first time I did that as well. All of this is probably in preparation for Konstrunden, which comes up very soon, today being the 17th, and there's the date for Konstrunden. So in sorting and getting ready for exhibitions, I tend to handle my work and tend to look at what's good for framing, what's the best that I have, and what am I going to take out of a frame and put into a frame. But most importantly, Now, as I begin to apply to art galleries, I want to be able to know what I can consider as a body of work or a category of my entire body of work. Okay, note to myself, sitting on the foyer rather than doing these downstairs, I did the sorting. I also looked at all the things I had ready for framing for Construnden. Um, Only a couple of these will be suitable for that. I don't think my audience at Construnden might tolerate my sensibilities regarding my original paintings. But right now, I'm trying to just stay with the um, paintings as background. So if you're out there and you plan to attend my garden show, just know that in addition to those things on display, I have a great body of work of original art pieces that are also available for sale. Thank you.